Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for joining me for this video and welcome to Tarot by the Pines. I am your Halloween loving host for this channel, Jason. This video is going to be a comparison video between two Halloween themed decks. The first one is the Halloween Tarot that was put out in the 90s by US Games. And this deck is going up against the newly released Llewellyn deck, Trick or Treat Tarot. I am going to go ahead and say it. These are the essential Halloween themed tarot decks. Now I'm going to put in the description box below my reviews of both of these decks so you can check them out separately, but this is going to be a comparison video of the two to see if there are any patterns or to see if there are similar vibes or anything of that nature, and to see which one that you're more drawn to. So keep watching and stay tuned. All right, folks, so for those who do not already know, the Halloween Tarot from US Games that came out in the 90s, I consider this as the gold standard in terms of a Halloween themed tarot deck. There's been nothing quite like it, and I really, really enjoy this deck. This is one that I learned tarot back in my early days, so I have a special connection with this deck. So when the Trick or Treat Tarot came out, I did a review on it, and I had mentioned that this deck really is giving the Halloween Tarot a run for its money. So that made me think to do a comparison video of these two decks and just to overall get a sense of if there's any patterns that these decks are following, or just see which deck is overall better, or just overall Halloweeny in general. So let's go ahead and get started. For the full card in these two decks, the Trick or Treat, the Halloween Tarot is going to be with borders, and then the Trick or Treat is not going to be with borders. In terms of these two cards, they basically give the same amount of essence of the full card. You have a figure or a character that's going out and taking a leap of faith. I am going to go with the Trick or Treat Tarot Fool just because of this image here of the trick-or-treater being as a ghost and just going out into the night and following a cat into the spooky events of the night. Going into the Magician here. For the Halloween Tarot, the elements have been renamed. So the cups are ghosts, the swords are bats, the wands are imps, and the pentacles are pumpkins, whereas the Magician here in the Trick or Treat Tarot is the traditional element. So you have swords, wands, cups, and pentacles. And I am going to go with the Trick or Treat, or I'm sorry, the Halloween Tarot Magician. I feel like I'm going to get these confused throughout the video, so bear with me here. Now the High Priestess. I am going to go with the Trick or Treat Tarot High Priestess simply because you have a person here with tarot cards, with a crystal ball, and what is that? Is that a tomato or pomegranate? Yeah, pomegranate. Just because it has those elements in it. The Empress, you have, I guess, a Bride of Frankenstein, and then you have the Empress here in the Trick or Treat with a kangaroo, a mother dressed as a kangaroo. I'm pretty okay with both of these images, but what I'm looking at now, I'm going to go with the Trick or Treat Tarot. Now, as I go through these cards, I'm hoping you will pick the ones that you like as well, so you can join in on the fun. The Emperor here, we have the Frankenstein, and then the Emperor here, we have a Headless Horseman. Now, I will say that the Emperor here, this in the guidebook, it's a little twist on how the Emperor usually thinks with its head, but here it does not have a head. So it was just a little, callback of how the Emperor thinks with its head, but it doesn't have a head. I'm going to go with the Trick or Treat Tarot with the Headless Horseman. All right, now the Hierophant. Now the Hierophant card and the Emperor card in general, I do not like. Um, for here, I really like this mummy here, but I really like the modernized version of the Hierophant here. I'm going to choose Trick or Treat Tarot. Now the lovers here, oh goodness, I really like this vampire going into this lady's room, and then the lovers here, you have the um, Adams family, Morticia and Gomez. I think I'm going to choose the Trick or Treat lovers. The Chariot here, we have a pumpkin head driving, looks like a hearse, and then we have Dr. Seuss with its two little characters in the Cat in the Hat. Oh, I'm sorry, Cat in the Hat. Um, I've never been a fan of Dr. Seuss Cat in the Hat. So I'm gonna go with this one, the Chariot and the Halloween Tarot. The Strength card. This one is very similar. Instead of a lion and the Trick or Treat, it looks like some type of beast. I want to say this is like Beauty and the Beast, but I don't think it is. Um, ooh, and this one it looks like it's having the lion stick out its tongue and going ah. Not sure if that's what the character is really doing. But I'm gonna go with the Strength and the Trick or Treat because I really like the ambiance in this card. Now, the Hermit is one of my favorite cards overall in general. The Hermit here, you have like a mad scientist person, and then here you have someone at the top of their house throwing out candy. They don't want to be in the forefront of their house, so they're trying to stay away. I guess like COVID times, I guess. Um, I'm going to go with the Hermit with the Trick or Treat Tarot. Now, the Wheel of Fortune, we have like a matrixy vibe going on for the Trick or Treat, and then you have a person on a wheel and someone's throwing daggers in the Halloween Tarot. I really like this aspect of it, but I also like this matrix aspect of it too because of the red and blue candy. It's kind of like the red and blue pill in the Matrix. Ooh. I'm going to choose the Halloween Tarot. Now, the Justice card. Ooh, this one's very interesting. Got like a Monopoly person with the Statue of Liberty, and then you have here like a scarecrow with the scales. I'm going to go with the Justice card in the Halloween Tarot. The Hanged Man. These are really striking cards. You have like a Dracula hanging down, and these two little trick-or-treaters, I assume, and then the Dracula's phone is down. And then the Hanged Man here, you have like a scarecrow figure hanging upside down. Ooh, I'm gonna go with the Trick-or-Treat Hanged Man. Ooh, the Death card, one of my favorite cards. Have a skeleton here planting or watering some plants, and then the Death here, you have the hooded figure with the scythe giving a white rose to the trick-or-treater here, like a kiss of death. I really like both of these because they both give the essence of the death card, but I really like this color scheme. I'm gonna go with the Halloween Tarot death card. The Temperance. Looks like you have two ladies here mixing and having concoctions, and this one has like a tarot reading sign here. This one here is putting stuff in the cauldron. Ooh. I'm gonna go with the Halloween Tarot. Now this is interesting. The Devil card are both females. Ah, and they both have the same vibe. They both are the same, but I'm gonna go with the Trick or Treat Tarot. The Tower, you have the traditional haunted house, and then you have a Frankenstein. Looks like they're blowing up a tower here, like the castle maybe that they were put in. Just a symbol of their, you know, their captive past. I'm gonna go with the Halloween Tarot Tower, just because I love the haunted house. The star have a gargoyle, and then you have, like, I guess a trick-or-treater getting, the spotlight in the midst of the darkness. Um, I'm gonna go with the star in the Halloween tarot. The gargoyles really speaks to me. Then you have the moon here. You have the werewolf, obviously iconic. Then you have the moon here with a person with the basket or the container of bobbing for apples, and you have the two dogs. I'm gonna go with the moon from the Halloween tarot because I like the werewolf aspect, and I like this little, I guess, bulldog terror, Boston Terror type of dog. Now the sun, I am going to immediately say I love this sun card, and I'm going to go with it just because it has like a Halloween cake, it has a sunflower. I just love this sun card. Trick or treat all the way. Judgments. Ooh. This has like a vampire bringing back the dead, and this one also seems like it's the same. A figure bringing back the dead. Ooh. I'm gonna go with the Judgment and the Halloween Tarot. Now the World, automatically, I really do not like this World card in the Halloween Tarot. But the World here, I love the Trick or Treat because the trick-or-treater has completed their night of trick-or-treating. As you can see that their basket is full, the candy is fallen. They are in complete bliss. I love this World card. Now going into the Wands, the Ace of Wands here. Very traditional. You have the actual element of the wand and then the wand here. So the wands for the Halloween is imps. They're both the same. I'm going to choose the Halloween tarot. Now the two here, I am going to stick with the Two of Wands for the trick or treat because I like the aspect of the zombie here stuck between two brains. I just love that image. Now the three here, this one, ooh, it's really creepy, really disgusting. You have someone's eyeballs coming out. It's all about keeping that focus on the path. So I really like that aspect, but it's really disgusting. But I like that. So I'm gonna go with Three of Wands for Trick or Treat. Now the Four of Wands here. They're both really the same. I'm gonna choose Halloween Tarot. Now the Five, the card of conflict. I really like this idea of the trick-or-treaters beating the piñata instead of each other, or they're about to hit each other because they're too focused on the piñata. So I really like that. So the Five of Wands for trick-or-treat. The Six of Wands, that victory card, really the same, honestly, but I really like this overall color palette, so I'm gonna go with the Six of Wands for Trick or Treat. The Seven of Wands, the defense card. Ooh. I really like this. I can easily see what's going on. This one is a little tough to decipher. You have to keep looking at it. So I'm gonna go with the Seven of Wands for Trick or Treat. Now, no matter what my outcome is of this video, both decks are wonderful. Eight of Wands, got that fast movement. Both really are the same, but I really like these bats carrying the actual wands through the night, and I love this overall color scheme. So I'm gonna go with the Eight of Wands for Trick or Treat. Nine of Wands, almost to the finish line. Guarding their candy here, it looks like. I'm going to choose Halloween Tarot. Now the Ten of Wands, carrying too much burden. This one here is carrying these little devil creatures, and one is falling off because they're carrying too much. This one here, it looks like this ogre beast is having a hard time, but I like this aspect of the actual imp falling. So I'm going to go with the Ten of Wands for the Halloween Tarot. Now, the court cards in the Halloween Tarot is very traditional. It's not straying too far from the traditional artwork, but the Trick or Treat court cards are going to be a variety of characters and costumes. So just keep that in mind. So I might be biased on the court cards, but the Trick or Treat Tarot for the Page of Wands, I really like this, so I'm going to go with it. The Knight of Wands here, really the same actually. Really the same, but I really like this little horsey here. I like it that it's tongue-in-cheek, so I'm going to go with the Knight of Wands and the Trick or Treat. The Queen of Wands, I'm automatically going to go with this Queen of Wands because this is just, she is fierce. I love this Queen of Wands. Going into the King of Wands, again, I'm going to choose the Trick or Treat Tarot with the King of Wands. I love that this king is sitting in a coffin throne. I really enjoy that. Going into the Cups. Now, the Cups in Halloween Tarot is ghosts. And I am actually going to go with the Ace of Cups in the Trick or Treat Tarot because I love that the chalice has a skull on it. The Two of Cups, really the same, honestly. But I really like this Two of Ghosts because the ghosts are so darn cute. So Halloween Tarot for the Two of Cups. Three of Cups, the same. Really, this one is given more of a hocus pocus vibe. So I'm going to go with Three of Cups in the Trick or Treat. Four of Cups. Really the same about being too focused on one thing when something is being offered to you. I'm going to choose Trick or Treat Tarot. Five of Cups here, crying over spilled milk. And just because it is tongue-in-cheek, I'm going to go with the Five of Cups. I really like this overall image, but the Five of Ghosts is so cute. The Six of Cups, the nostalgia, the kindness card. Definitely Halloween Tarot. Seven of Cups is having choices in front of you. I really like this because it says pick your poison and has a fairy and all these little choices, the chalices. So Seven of Cups for Trick or Treat. The Eight of Cups. I'm not a fan of this card, and particularly because of the outfit. It looks like they're wearing diapers or underwear, which it might not be, but it just looks like underwear. So the Eight of Cups for the Halloween Tarot. The Nine, having your wishes come true. I'm going to go with the Halloween Tarot. Ten of Cups, the fulfillment of emotions. Both are really nice. This is giving a Wizard of Oz vibe. This is tricky, but I'm going to go with the Halloween Tarot. Going to the court cards. I really like this. The innocent aspect, the youngness. But I like the fact that this page is wearing a ghost costume. So I'm going to go with the Halloween Tarot. The Knight. There is no horse here, so that's interesting. So I'm going to go with the Knight and the Halloween Tarot. The Queen. This is very, very like zombified costume. I really like that. And this is like a mermaid. I'm going to go with the Trick or Treat Tarot. The King. I really like this costume, and I'm going to give it to the Trick or Treat Tarot for the King of Cups. Going into the Sword Suit, Halloween Tarot is bats. And this card actually has bats too. But I really like this card image. So I'm going to go with the Halloween Tarot. The Two of Swords here. You have like the Jedi. And then here you have the traditional character with their arms crossed, the two bats on their shoulder. Definitely Halloween Tarot. The Three Very traditional with the heart. Here is it looks like a pumpkin that's been shattered, or maybe like a candy bag. But it looks like a pumpkin, and I really like this. It's very out of the ordinary, and I love it. Trick or Treat for the win. The 4, the card of meditation. I really like this with the coffin, and I'm going to go with the Trick or Treat for the 4 of Swords. The 5, another conflict card. These have like different costumes on. Very bizarre. And then this one you have dressed up in costumes as well. But I really like this imagery overall. So the Halloween Tarot for the 5 of Swords. The 6, going on a journey here. Really the same in terms of the essence, but I like this color scheme. So the Trick or Treat Tarot for that. Going into the 7 here, the card of Thievery, Trickery. Both are really the same. They really are. But I like this, that it has a gesture with a raccoon and some TP, that they're going to the house to put TP all over. So Trick or Treat for the win. The 8, both are mummies. But I like this card here with the entrapment. So the Halloween Tarot for the 8. The 9, the Nightmare card. Both really give the same essence, but I like this because this is definitely a nightmare in itself. So the Trick or Treat Tarot for that. The 10, the End of the Suit. I'm going to go with the Trick or Treat Tarot because I like the fact that this is like a voodoo doll and it's being stuck in the heart. And the 10 of Swords is always a gut-wrenching card. Page of Swords, definitely Halloween Tarot. The Knight. I really love this knight, that it's a ninja going into someone's house. Very non-traditional, so I'm going to go with the Trick or Treat because of the imagery. The Queen. Cold as ice and fierce. Queen of Swords for the Trick or Treat Tarot for the win. The King of Swords. I love that this is like a ghost face with his big ass sword and the lightning striking. So I really like that. So the Trick or Treat Tarot for the King of Swords. Going into the Pentacle suit, which is pumpkins in the Halloween Tarot. So I'm going to give it with the Ace of Pumpkins in the Halloween Tarot. The 2 of Pumpkins, really the same, but I like the fact that this person is juggling 2 pumpkins, so I'm going to give it with the Halloween Tarot. The 3, the Collaboration card, both really collaborating, but I like that they're doing a scarecrow here, building it. So Trick or Treat Tarot for the win. The 4, hoarding resources or planting resources. I really like this, that they're planting. And then this one is like hoarding. So it's kind of different interpretations depending on how you look at it. But I really like this. So 4 pumpkins for the Halloween Tarot. The 5, card of asking for help or poverty. Both is nice. This one is very traditional and this one is not so, but it has that same essence. But I really like the house in this. So the 5 Pentacles and the Trick or Treat. The 6 of Pentacles, the giving and receiving. Both really give the same. Looks like this werewolf is giving out candy, and this one is also, this witch is giving out candy. So I like this card, this image, and it depicts the 6 of Pentacles really well. So Halloween Tarot for 6 of Pentacles. The 7, standing back and looking at what you've accomplished. The 7 here with the Elvis character or whoever, I think this is Elvis. I don't get the reference, but I like this, that there's pumpkins here, and this scarecrow is looking back at what they planted, harvested, having patience. I like this. So the Halloween Tarot. The 8 of Pentacles here, about following with your craft, mastering your craft. Got Cruella de Vil here. I really like Cruella de Vil, but in terms of the card, I like this image here. So the Halloween Tarot for the win. The 9 of Pumpkins, or the Pentacles, living your best life in your abundance. Both cards are fabulous. Got Elvira here, and then you have a character here in the midst of a pumpkin patch. I really like both cards, but because it's Elvira and she looks so darn stunning, Trick or Treat Tarot for the win. The Ten of Pentacles, the end of the Pentacle suits, giving the monsters vibe. So I'm definitely going with the Trick or Treat Tarot for that. Love the monsters. Court cards in the Pentacles. Got a Wednesday character here, and then you have like a zombie rabbit here, and has brains in the cooler. But the fact that this has a stack of books here on the floor, I really like that because this is a Page of Pentacles. I like the learning aspect. So the Page of Pumpkins for Halloween Tarot. The Knight. Honestly, they're both okay. Halloween Tarot for the win. Going into the Queen here. This is like a Hansel and Gretel type of feel here. It looks like, maybe this is a doll, but it looks like a little child up in the cage. So that's interesting. I am going to give it to the Queen of Pumpkins in the Halloween Tarot. Going into the King, I'm automatically going to give it to the King of Pentacles in the Trick or Treat Tarot because I love that this person is sitting on their porch in their recliner, and it looks like the Big Bad Wolf. It looks like, oh, the Red Riding Hood cloth here. Yeah, a big callback to the Red Riding Hood. So Trick or Treat for the win here. Folks, it was neck and neck there a bit, but compared to today's video, today's count, today's mood, the Trick or Treat Tarot does have a slight edge to the Halloween Tarot. Of course, both of these decks are fantastic in their own way. Trick or Treat is a Llewellyn deck that has a fantastic guidebook, a sturdy card stock, and its own atmospheric interpretation of the traditional RWS artwork. Now, Halloween Tarot is a special deck for me since it was one of the first decks I learned tarot. It is a classic deck that is easy to pick up and read with because of the traditional artwork, but it has a splash of Halloween. The cardstock is durable, but there isn't much of a guidebook compared to the Trick or Treat. It is a generic little pamphlet. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think of this comparison? Which deck would you choose? Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care.